Okay, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to all our viewers who are watching this live session. I am Zaira Mazhar, the education counselor and HR consultants. Today we have organized an online Facebook live session for our viewers who are interested for applying and for study abroad. So as you know that HR consultant is the top leading education consultancy industry in Pakistan since 1993. We have offices located in the main cities across Pakistan that can easily be approachable for everyone. The services provided by HR consultants are academic counseling, selecting the right institution, securing admission, test preparation, and visa guidance. As you know, okay, UK offers a excellent education system, and UK is the most prominent destination for students going abroad. UK is also academically one of the best country to study in, and British education has a strong reputation worldwide. The UK has a long history of welcoming international students to study in the universities and colleges. So international students are also allowed to do part-time work, as you know that UK has, you know, open a good opportunity for international students to avail the post-study work visa opportunity. So today we have a guest. Today we have a guest. Okay, Mr. and Ms. Nadia Aram, the General Manager of HR Consultants, and Moeed Raja, who is the Recruitment Manager, and Andy Cardwell. So hi Andy and hi Moeed, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm also fine. Okay, so Ms. Nadia, now it's over to you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, Zainab.
Okay, I'm also fine. Okay, so okay, Andy, I hope you're also fine and can just guide us about the company. Can just brief us about your company and what universities do you work as pathway provider for others and academic levels do you offer?
Sure. So at Oxford International, we work with a number of different universities, both in the UK and Europe, to provide students from all over the world and Pakistan with opportunities to study towards a undergraduate or postgraduate degree. In the UK, we work with 4 universities. One of our most popular universities is De Montfort University, and we've been in partnership with them for a very long time. We also work with the University of Greenwich, based in central London. We work with Bangor University, based in North Wales, and we also work with Dundee University, based in Scotland. So we work with 4 universities in the UK. We're also very proud and privileged to have recently announced a new partnership with a university in Germany, which is Jacobs University. It's one of the most popular internationally focused universities in Germany, and we're incredibly proud to be working with them in recruiting and introducing students to them from Pakistan. And they've already been welcoming many students from Pakistan over the years, and we're really looking forward to helping them recruit and introduce more students to them as Germany becomes an even more interesting opportunity for students as well as the UK.
Okay, that's great, Andy. Can you tell us about the centers, the popular centers you have for the CAOIG?
Of course. So De Montfort University has always historically been our most popular centre. Every year we've seen more and more interest from students from Pakistan wanting to go and study at De Montfort. But over the years, we're seeing more and more students from Pakistan choosing other centres. We've seen increased interest from Pakistani students looking to study with us at the University of Greenwich in central London. But in particularly over the past 12 months, as students' needs develop and students have looked for different range of subjects and want to experience different parts of the UK, we've seen particularly strong growth and interest in both Dundee University, which is a Times top 30 university and a very highly ranked QS university, very focused on research. We've seen a lot more interest from students in Pakistan looking at the University of Dundee, as well as looking at Bangor University, as more students in Pakistan are exploring a wider range of subjects.
Yeah, but do you think that the Pakistani market is more towards into London side?
Of course, London is a fantastic destination for Pakistani students and from students all over the world. But and whilst it will always be a large destination, and we see that through the large increase we see from students from Pakistan looking to study with us in Greenwich, actually Scotland is dramatically increasing, and we see very large growth coming from Pakistan to our centre in Dundee with the University of Dundee, which is actually probably, although the number of students is a bit smaller than Greenwich and De Montfort, actually it is really increasing, and that's predominantly focused because although the location isn't central London, it's not too far from Edinburgh, which is obviously a major destination for international students in Scotland, but also because it's such a highly focused research institution. For some students, that brings natural gravitas towards it.
Okay, but what do you think? What is the reason that the growth of your centers, if we compare it with the others groups?
Sure. I mean, across Oxford International, with the support of HR consultants in Pakistan, we've seen growth across all of our centres, and they're for so many different reasons. It may be the development of new programs, as we see more programs coming online at more of our centres than ever before, as we introduce more international first year programs and more foundation year programs, which are the most popular types of programs. We see more interest in undergraduate programs than postgraduate. But the range of centres have also grown as we've extended our scholarship offering to students from Pakistan to increase access for high quality education across our centres. We've recently, we have a range of scholarships available for students from Pakistan across all of our centres. And we've been working in partnership with them all to see if we're able to offer some form of students being able to access further scholarships when they continue into the university. And I'm really excited and pleased to announce that Dundee University has recently agreed to extending scholarships each year of study for up to £5,000. So not just a scholarship when joining our centre at the University of Dundee, but students will also be eligible for quite a significant scholarship for every year of study. So students from Pakistan could be eligible for up to a £3,500 scholarship when going to Dundee International College Dundee when joining Oxford International, but could also be eligible for up to £5,000 for every year of study. That's a very substantial saving.
Yes, yes, that is. Viewers, we are very happy to welcome you all people that you can come and join this session with us. We have Andy with us, we have Mohit Raja. The people are very supportive. Being an HR consultant, I request you all you people that if you have any questions related to the admissions or related to OIG, specifically their partner institutions, so you're more than welcome to contact with us. I'm Nadia and my number is given with my name. It's 034647477018. So you are welcome to place your application even because Mohit Raja is here to assist us in the applications in terms of entry requirement. Mohit, what do you think about the entry requirement for the OIG, specifically if we talk about Dundee? Because Andy has briefed us very detailed about Dundee.
Okay, so entry requirements for Dundee in specific and considering Pakistan as a market is mainly A-level, O-level students. We are still asking for 5 subjects with a minimum grade C for O-level students. What has changed, and I think what's really important to highlight, I mean, it's not Dundee, but Bangor University, they have recently changed their entry requirements. So their current entry requirements for September are minimum 5 E's in O levels.
That's
And
great.
for international year one, they're asking for 32 UCAS points as per new new points tariff. So that's very, very important development for us. And then thank you for asking that question, because I think it's important that the message gets out there. And then one more thing that I want to mention here, Bangor in specific, I mean, their psychology programs are really famous, very well ranked in the UK. And we would, like to take this medium, this opportunity to let our viewers know that those who want to study psychology, law, they can go to Bangor's website and find the information themselves, and then see how credible the programs are at Bangor University.
Okay, so Mohit, what do you think about metric or FSc student? Because the Pakistani market is more likely towards FSc, and this year, due to the COVID-19, you already know that the government has announced that for year 12, so they will be given the prediction
Promoted.
results. They will be accepting the prediction results, and the different boards are now giving the provisional results to the students. So what do you think that for FSc or for metric or for year one student, what results you would be expecting from them for your centers, particularly the one who are the more famous, famous, like Greenwich or Dundee or for Bangor? Because earlier, I guess for the Greenwich, the FSc students were not acceptable. What do you think now?
Okay, so for FSc students, so the minimum that we require is 45%, and that's at De Montfort University. So anyone with a 45%, in HSC, we have something we can offer. And then at Bangor and Dundee, their entry requirements are slightly different at 50%. And if a student has 55%, we can take them on international year one at De Montfort and Bangor. With Greenwich, we are focusing on A-level and O-level students only at the moment.
Okay, so Mohit, what do you think that? Do you think that for year one student you can offer something in your centers? Because normally now this year the the different groups has changed their entry requirements, and now they are accepting year one students even, rather than to wait for year 12 results. They are taking the application for 11. Yeah.
Okay, so you mean first year students?
Yeah, first year student. Yeah, that's what
first
I mean.
year students. Okay, this is something that is not a norm for us as a company and our academic partners, but would be good to get more information. I mean, we can have a separate conversation on this, perhaps. And then obviously, if there's something that we can do as a organization, we would be happy to look into it.
Okay, great. Andy, can you tell us that why you think that people should come for the OIG if we compare with the other market?
Of course, and there's a whole range of options why Oxford International provides students with such a fantastic education experience. For us, our success is demonstrated in our progression rates. So that's the progression rates that we have across all of our centres and our university partners, that for students that then continue onto their degree within that university partner. All of our centres have well above 90% progression rates, which are by far market leading in terms of the number of students that then progress into their host universities. Students are at the heart of everything that we do. Student success and academic success is at the forefront of making sure that our students have the best experience possible and they're prepared for truly fantastic academic success. It's our intent to ensure that students get the best grade possible and have the best experience possible in their first period in the UK with us, whether that's for a one-term pre-masters program before going on to their masters, whether it's for a full 3-term foundation program. It's about ensuring that our students are the best prepared to achieve the best possible degree. We work really closely with our university partners to ensure that our students are truly embedded as university students. They're not treated any differently. Students get full campus access and all the
Yes.
usual facilities with on-campus accommodation. We work really closely with the university student unions to make sure students have access to clubs and societies and can become a part of the university really quickly.
Oh, yes, great. This is a very good thing that you have mentioned that the students, the first day they will be university students. So this is a great opportunity. Again, Zainab, do you have some question?
Yes, I have received an inquiry. Andy, one of the student has raised a question that can you just guide us about the Bengal University location and how far it is from the international airport?
Sorry, would you mind repeating the question?
How far the Bengal University is from the international airport?
Sorry, which university?
Bengal
Bangor.
University.
Bangor.
Bangor, yeah.
Bangor University. So there's a couple of different options. The closest international airport would be Manchester. So students will be able to fly into Manchester Airport. I'm not 100% sure. Of course, the flights may or may not be going direct to Manchester. Who knows? But I'm sure that will be resolved very soon. But the closest port of contact for students arriving to Bangor is via Manchester Airport, and we work really closely with students to ensure that we're able to support them with arrivals. So whether that's helping to support with pickups, we work really closely with the university to ensure that when students land in the UK, that they're able to come to the university really smoothly and don't have any worries or concerns about getting to the university campus.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'll ask. I'll say the students again that we HR consultants, me, Andy, Zainab, and Mohit, we are here to support you for the admissions. We specifically call this session just to know, just to tell the students, specifically the FSc students who just got the results, the A-level students who just got the update from the Cambridge Education Board. So we just want to say that they people are here to support you for the admissions, particularly for the students who are very much, they are worried about their results, because Mohit has given us a very good hope that we can accept, they can accept the students if they have bad grades too. Mohit, do you have any suggestions for the A-level students or O-level students or AS students? And what do you think that they need to place their application now or they
Yes.
need to wait their results? Because this is a very important message, because normally the students think that once they will be getting the final results, then they will be applying. So we are just focusing them that they need to apply now so that they can secure their seat.
Okay.
Mohit, do you want to
So
say? Yeah?
this is, I think yes, it's a very important question. I think what we have seen, uh, in our experience is students being the students. I mean, we have all been one, right? Uh, they tend to leave the application process until until a very last stage, and slightly because of the COVID-19 and etc. But the wider discussion that needs to, I think, take place, and for the students to realize, is UK has got a very high demand, again because of the availability of PSW now. So a number of universities, they run out of places very well in advance, which was slightly different prior to PSW availability. So I think it's our responsibility as the education providers, HR consultants, being the service, and schools as well, to make students realize to start the application process early. It only helps them, in my opinion. I mean, it gives you an indication of what needs to be done. I mean, submitting the application to university only helps a student to get an idea of what they need to work until they get the results, because it's not just a matter of a student getting their results from the university, from the exam board, and sending it to the university. There are a lot of stages that a student needs to go through, and then compliance checks, for example, credibility interviews. Then universities do need time to process documents at their end as well. So I very strongly recommend that students should apply as soon as possible. At the moment, schools are closed, for example. And we are here online now, so everything is getting online. So try and be proactive. Start the process early, so that you know what you need to work on in the next 3 to 4 months. And I think you asked a very important question. The part of what you asked was the level of program. And what I wanted to mention in specific to that part is, so Oxford International Education Group, we are a pathway provider. We work with, I mean, as Andy said at the start, we work with a number of universities in the UK as the foundation provider, and we offer International Year Zero, which is foundation year. Then we offer International Year One, which is also called diploma year. So students who are not eligible to get entry to year one at the university needs to either go through a foundation or a diploma year, depending on the grades or the qualification. And then International Year Zero is basically for the students who have O levels and who do not want to go through and study A levels. Then International Year Zero can also be offered to students who do not have good A level results, but okay O levels. So they will have to 1 year extra. They will have to study 1 year extra to before they progress on to year one of the university. Then we have International Year One, which is a 3 years program. It's equivalent to a normal degree route at the university. It's basically for the students who miss the entry requirements of the program marginally. So as I said before, for example, we take students with 60% in HSC on our International Year One, whereas the direct entry requirements are slightly higher. So we have different programs for different types of students. And depending on the grades, I mean, we will have something as per the requirement of the student.
That's great. That's
Okay,
and Mohit, I just want sorry. Yes, Zainab, please continue.
Okay, Mohit, as you know that the pandemic is faced all around the globe. So in this situation, what leniency OIG is providing with respect to English requirements? Are you giving any substitute with respect to IELTS, or do you
Sure.
conduct your own internal test?
Okay, I will let Andy.
Thank you very much. And I think it's a really important question. We live in currently uncertain times. And what we're doing at Oxford International is to make sure that we provide students with as many options as possible. And I think flexibility in that is key. We want to provide students with options to study and to be successful through their future studies. So in the first instance, before I come on to the question about English, I'll just touch on slightly what you were talking about, Mareed, about students applying early. And I still think that's really important. Although students may be thinking about, well, what may happen in the next couple of weeks. Eventually, we will get past COVID-19 and we will get past coronavirus, and students will still want to study. So I would still really encourage anybody who's listening to this session to still submit your applications early. There are great benefits to doing so. I spoke briefly earlier about scholarships. We do have a range of scholarships available for students from Pakistan. Depending on where you apply and the course you apply will depend on the scholarship that you can get. But those scholarships do have deadlines. And the earlier that an application is submitted and documents processed, the quicker you'll be able to secure that scholarship. Now, really importantly, if things change and students in Pakistan decide actually we're not able to enroll in September, I am able to reveal on this session that we are actually introducing a brand new intake for foundation and international first year students, which will start in November. So if students, for whatever reason, aren't able to start in September, actually you can start in November. And if that's still not possible, you could start in January. So there's three options to start your foundation year or international first year within 4 months. So a really flexible approach. And if students pay and commit with a deposit and secure a scholarship, we'll roll that scholarship over to November or January, so students don't suffer any changes in their financial circumstances. That will be secured for all future intakes. I think it's really important to make that clear, that we are looking to support students as much as possible by being as flexible and giving students as many options to start their journey on academic success. To then come to the question on English, one of the great benefits of students coming to study with Oxford International is you only need one visa for the whole duration of your study. Depending on other groups, that is often two visas. So you need to get 2 CASs, and that comes with increased costs in applying for visas, and sometimes even means returning back to Pakistan from the UK to then go back to commence your studies. One of the great benefits of Oxford International is we operate integrated CASs with our university partners. So students only need to apply for a visa once. An additional benefit to that is you don't need to have an IELTS. If we've actually launched our own Oxford International English test in replacement of students who may need proof of their English proficiency. But I believe in Moeed will be able to expand upon the range of qualifications in Pakistan that we do accept for English. But what I think is really important to reiterate, that we are looking to be as incredibly flexible as possible to give students in Pakistan and all over the world as many opportunities to commence their study, to roll over scholarships, to roll over deposits, to secure places, because we will get past COVID-19 and coronavirus. The world will get past this, and students will still want to come and study. And I still believe locking in that scholarship provides students with that financial benefit that for many is really key, and it provides a great saving, but it enables students to roll it over to future intakes. And with English, where students may be missing an IELTS and they don't have the right English score, we have recently launched the Oxford International English Level Test that students could take. But I will quickly pass over to Moeed, who will be able to expand upon on English requirements.
Yes.
Sure.
And Mohit, you add please that that test is acceptable for all your centers?
Yes, it is acceptable by all centers. And under the current circumstances, we are also offering online 12 and 6-week pre-sessional English language program with very attractive scholarships. Whereas previously with pre-sessional, we had a different standing, but now there's a flexibility around 12 and 6-week pre-sessional students as well. Then I mean, again, for O-level students, minimum grade C in English language would be a waiver for IELTS.
Yes, that's a good thing. Mohit, can you tell us about the test, how that will be conducted? Do you conduct that online, or you will be conducting physically?
Sure. So the test is, so as soon as the application is submitted, then when the offer letter is issued, then at the time when the offer is issued, students or the agents receive an email from our admissions team, which gives instructions to book the English language test, right? And our offer holder, our students can also avail a very substantial discount to take this test. There are 3 parts of the test. One is online, where the students, so there are 3 stages. Stage 1 will be online version, and then the stage 2, and this is all organized by our English language department in the UK, right? So students will be guided along each step of the process. In the second process is second and third process is a writing task and a speaking activity with our English teachers. So very simple, very organized, and our turnaround times are quite fast as well. So students will have an outcome within maximum 5 working days.
Okay, great. And that is free of cost?
Okay, Mohit, does OIG accept Duolingo test?
Good reminder. Yes, we because we work with different academic partners, and each academic partner have got their own entry requirements. At the moment, Bangor University is accepting Duolingo test, so that is something I think which is as an option.
Okay, okay, Mohit, and the test is free of cost? The test conducted by the OIG?
So the test. Sorry to interrupt, Murray. So the test is £50, but
okay,
when students successfully pass the test and accept their offer with Oxford International, we will deduct the £50 off the student's fee, so the students won't bear any cost for the test.
okay, good, Andy. That is great. Students, I would like to say you that this is a very good opportunity to apply for the OIG, and particularly for their partner institution, because they are the one who is providing you university environment. And the best thing is that you have the options to apply for for foundation year and year one. And as per Andy, that they have very quite flexible entry requirements, and in terms of their intakes, they have now introduced a new intake in November. So you people I'll ask you all that you should place your applications, give us the documentation to the HR consultants. We are the face for the OIG, and Mohit, we have a very, very productive person with us, and he is always very supportive for the in terms of admissions. And in terms of anti requirements, he always fight for our students. This is a very good thing. So I'll suggest you that you need to apply now. There's no application fees. If you feel free to contact us via WhatsApp, or even we are opening from the 27th of May. So you people are always welcome to visit us in the offices too. Andy, there's a quick question we just got from a student. If the results are coming in August or in early September, still the people can apply now?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Even if a student's results is coming later in the year, actually, I would still encourage students to apply now. They could get the documents that they still need to submitted nice and early. If a student is able to make a small financial commitment, and normally we ask for a £2,000 to £3,000 deposit, so the student's able to make a small commitment, we will secure their scholarship. If there is a worst case scenario where the student's grades are much lower, then we will obviously refund that money later on in the cycle. But if a students are able to apply nice and early, get all your necessary documents in, make that deposit to secure your scholarship, and then you can, once you've got your results released later in the summer, you can send them in to us, and we can then assess your results and look forward to welcoming you into one of our centers.
Okay, that's good, because this question raised from Karachi. So one of the student has raised this question because normally in Karachi this year the results would be, we are expecting in late of August or first week of September. So this is a good message that you have given to the students, that they need to apply now, because this is a time which Andy has tell us earlier, that the earlier you apply, the better you have choices, and even the best choices that you can avail the scholarships.
Yeah, that's a very good opportunity and a very good option.
Yeah. Zenith, do you have any question from the student side?
Yes, I obviously have a question. Would I have a question from you? One of the students has sent BCom from Punjab University, and I have a question. Does any of the study center, any of the center provide pre-masters option?
It's a good question. So as you would know, we don't take BCom students onto our IAM programs directly. What I would suggest, and it's not a norm, we can't promise, we can try, if they have got 3 years, 2 years BCom and 3 years, relevant work experience, they can send us the application with supporting documentation, and we will talk to, our academic partners and see if we can offer something. And obviously, once we have an outcome, we will notify the student.
And your IIM program with the joint CAS?
All our programs are with joint classes.
Yeah. The students, I just want to clear this thing about the joint classes, because we are just talking in a technical way, so might be the students are not aware about the joint classes. Once the Andy and the Mohit is saying about the joint class, so it means that you will be getting a one visa letter, which includes for foundation and bachelor's both. So you will be getting the visa for the whole tenure, including foundation or with the bachelor's degree, or if you are going for year one, or which is a diploma year. So basically, again, you are getting the visa for the whole bachelor's program, which includes year one and the remaining 2 years. So this is a great opportunity that you don't need to go for visa extension after completion of your year one or after completion of your foundation year. This is what they mean to say for the joint classes. And OIG is the one of the top university partners which are offering this facility, because normally this facility is not available with all other providers who are providing the foundation pathways or other pathways. Yes, Andy?
There's also a really important point to add there, that having a joint CAS, one single visa letter, for the whole duration of study, has a great benefit, because it saves students having to apply again, as we mentioned earlier, for a second visa. But it also has the benefit of allowing students to work during their foundation year. So if a student is coming to the UK to study a foundation year, often a foundation year, they aren't able to work up to 20 hours per week. But with Oxford International, across all 4 of our centres, we do offer that single visa letter for the whole duration of study, which means that students are able to work up to 20 hours per week during their foundation, as well as during their future years of study, which is another fantastic advantage. So the message from us is a number of great points to help support students from Pakistan is a fantastic range of scholarships across all of our centres, as well as progression scholarships available in a number of our centres, opportunities to work during foundation courses of up to 20 hours per week, combined with the market leading progression rates of in most cases it's in the mid 90s in terms of 93 to 95% progression rates across all of our centres, which is absolutely market leading, ensuring that students progress onto the university. There are so many great things that we have to offer students in Pakistan.
Yes, that's great. Mohit, what do you think that the students who are just getting the provisional results, so the OIG would be accepting the provisional results, or because now these due to the circumstances COVID-19, so everyone will be taking over the provisional results?
Yes. So with O-level students, those who haven't been issued their final results, as long as they get their results printed on a letterhead and have it stamped and signed by their school principal, institutions normally accept that. For HSC students, I'm trying to remember it's provisional results intimation.
Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes. Yeah.
that's the document they issue. If the students have that document, it's acceptable by the UKVI, and it's acceptable by our partner institutions as well.
That's great. That's it. Another good thing for the application to be processed for the OIG, that is that they don't require the recommendation letters. Yes, Mohit? Because you know that the schools are closed, so people
Yes,
are able to get the recommendation letters.
we do. I sent updates recently So Dundee, for example, and Greenwich, they do not require reference letters. With De Montfort and Bangor University, because of the current situations, institutions are flexible, we are flexible. So whatever we can do to help students, to help HR consultants, our representatives, we are more than happy. So there's always it's always better to ask, and then we will be happy to assist.
That's good. That's good. Andy, coming to you, I just want that if you tell us about the other centers you have, in globally, other than UK.
Thank you, thanks, and it's a great opportunity to talk about our new centre that is due to open in a forthcoming intake, which is in Germany, which is with Jacobs University. Actually, I know Jacobs University have a quite strong presence in Pakistan, and they've had one of their largest nationality groups on campus is actually students from Pakistan. So I'm hoping, and I imagine perhaps a number of the viewers are familiar with Jacobs University, but they are a pretty infamous international institution. We're launching our Jacobs University International College in a forthcoming intake. What Jacobs really specialise in and are really known for is a range of key areas. Of course, business, but also as a destination, Germany as a country excels, as does Jacobs University, in engineering and computing, which are really key areas of focus for the university, particularly in their research areas. I would love for us to do a more detailed session on Jacobs University at a future date. What is really exciting for me about Jacobs University is Germany as a destination is growing dramatically. We see strong growth globally all over the world. It's now the 5th largest destination for international students. After the US, UK, Australia, and Canada, Germany is now the 5th largest and is continuing to grow. We see fantastic opportunity for international students and from students from Pakistan to come and join us to study their foundation programs at Jacobs University International College. A range of great programs, and I'm really keen, once we can set up a separate session specifically for Jacobs, to talk more about the range of scholarships and finance options that are available to students. In particular, Jacobs University do have a form of loan system that is available for international students, all international students, to help support their academic costs. So I'm really keen to talk in more detail about that, but it may require more time than what we have available today. But I think it is a really exciting opportunity as more students from all over the world, as well as Pakistan, choose and look to study in Germany.
That's great. That's great because I have just seen this update, so that's why I just put up this question. I guess Zainab has some question from the
Yeah,
student side.
yes, I have a question. Mohit, I have a question from you. That at which percentage that does OIG take student for international year one? If a student is coming from HSC background, so at which percentage OIG will take student for international year one?
It's 55%, starts from 55%. So minimum requirement is, I would say 55%.
If a student is coming from A levels background, like
Okay, so the minimum that we need is 32 UCAS points.
32 UCAS point. Okay, because brief
It's-
about the old and new UCAS points.
This is new as per new tariff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mohit, 55% is for year one.
Correct.
Yes,
That's
great,
at
great.
De Montfort University. Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's it. I just repeat this thing because so that the students has they keep in mind that if they have 55%, So they can always apply for year one and they can save their foundation year. So this is a good opportunity while we are working with or with coming with the OIG. So if you have the lower percentage, you have 55%, you have still have the choices to come with the year one, and they people will prepare you for in year one and you can easily progress into the year two. So I would like to welcome all the students to come and place their application for IG for their centers. They have all the major locations, and you can place your application and get a decision, and hopefully we will be having a positive decision from their side. But still, there's no charges for the application, so their team is available to assess your documentation and give their suggestions. Coming to the Andy again, Andy, what do you said about the London, like for the Greenwich? So if someone is coming with a 1 year gap, say I guess I have an inquiry from one student. So if they have completed their A levels in 2019, so what Greenwich will be accepting then?
Um, I know Marid would be more familiar with that. He's nodding his head, so I believe so. I mean,
Okay,
life in Greenwich is fantastic.
okay,
Our head office is based in Greenwich, so I spend a lot of time in Greenwich as well as at the university. It's a fantastic side of London. Um, it is quite literally like being in a village. Greenwich, it's called Greenwich Village, but it's across the river. You have fantastic views of Canary Wharf and a university campus that looks absolutely stunning and is full of heritage, and is incredibly picturesque. It is a fantastic part of London to be studying and living in.
okay. So Mohit, what do you think that would they accept the Greenwich, the student who's coming with 2019 A levels?
I think yes, as long as they have finished A levels within, I mean, if they set A levels in June and the results were published in August, it's fine. It is within what we ask for.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Zainab, do you have question?
Okay, I have a question. One of the student has raised a question regarding the scholarship. So, Mohit, can you just guide me about the worth and value of the scholarship for foundation students?
Yes, we have scholarships up to £4,000 for our foundation programs. Again, as Andy mentioned, there's a deadline to these scholarships. We still have sufficient time before there's Eid holidays in the country. All it needs is to submit an application, send us the documents, get an offer, and to secure the offer, you will have to pay a small deposit before the 29th of May. And that will secure your scholarship.
Okay, that's great. Andy, can you please brief us about the students who want to come for the A levels? Do you have something for them?
For students who want to come for A levels,
Yes.
yeah, we have three schools located in the UK. One of which is the highest ranked school in the UK, which is Oxford, highest ranked boarding school, which is Oxford International College. Very beautiful and picturesque traditional school in Oxford. We also have Dover Brooks, and we also have Oxford Sixth Form College. So we have three different options for students who are looking to study A levels as an alternative. Again, the cost of those does vary and tends to be slightly higher than looking at foundation courses. But we have three different options for students who are considering coming to the UK to complete their A levels.
Okay, that's great. And do you offer some scholarship for them?
It really depends on the student's profile. So what tends to happen is students will have an interview with one of the academic team at the school, who will assess them. They'll assess their profile. They'll assess their academic scores to date, and look to see what eligibility they may have for a scholarship, depending on where they're applying to in terms of which one of the three schools. But also what their current profile is, both in terms of their academic profile and the student's wider profile.
So Mohit, can you just, specify about the rankings of your study center?
Sure. Dundee, as Andy mentioned earlier, one of the top 30, as per Times ranking. If you then look at the law program, for example, of Dundee University, it's number 4 in the UK, right? And then if we talk about art and design programs at De Montfort University, top ranked in the country. So our centers and the programs that they offer, there's something special about in terms of ranking, which makes our centers stand out, and there's something we have got to offer for students who want to study different areas. And then as a student myself, when I talk to students, I think what students really need to focus on is the subject ranking, because university maybe or maybe not could be a highly ranked university, but the program they want to study may not have the same ranking, which might reflect differently. So if I was a student wanting to study in the UK, I would look at the program that I want. I would basically first of all decide the program, and then look at the universities which are specializing in that area.
Okay. How much percentage is required for progression into bachelor's degree if a student has done, foundation?
So the question is progression. What is the percentage required to progress? Right, it's 40%.
40%. Okay.
Yeah, for the
So can you just guide? Can you just tell me about the satisfaction rate if a student started from OIG centers?
It's also as an institution, as a company, we do regular surveys. We maintain a very close contact with our students, purely to reflect on how we can improve and what service, and what is the student experience. So different types of surveys surveys are conducted for different reasons. From the academic satisfaction point of view, majority of our students, give a very positive feedback on their experience, which reflects in the progression rate, of our students to our partner institutions. I did share with you a couple of videos which our students have made recently during the lockdown. And those 2 students are new starters. I mean, they have started recently at the university centers. So, which tells you, how confident they are, how relaxed they are with the environment they are in. And we as a company and our academic partners as an institution are very proud to deliver that kind of service where students, feel confident with their studies, and then once they progress, they have positive things to say about Oxford International Education Group as a pathway provider.
Yeah. So Mohit, accommodation is one of the main concern for international students. So can you just tell me about the application? What is the cost of accommodation and how students can apply for that?
Okay, so because we are a foundation provider, so we work with 4 institutions. So accommodation rates will vary for each institution, right? As far as the availability of accommodation is concerned, all students are guaranteed to have an accommodation as long as they start very early. because the accommodation places, although international students are guaranteed to have one, but as a student, I think it would be my responsibility to start the process early, so that I have sufficient, I'm giving university the sufficient time to allocate me the resources. Now, as far as the rates are concerned, it can be anything between roughly £5,000 to £6,000 to £10,000 a year, depending. Again, I'm giving you a range because we work with 4 different institutions.
Okay. Mr. Andy, do you have any questions?
Yes, Zainab, I was just asking a question from Andy. Andy, can you explain us about the? I'm so sorry, Andy. Might be thinking that I'm putting a lot of questions to Andy.
That's okay. That's okay. The more questions, the better.
Yeah, because these questions are coming from the student side, so we just want that everyone should get a satisfying answer.
Of course.
In terms of progression, yes, we are the oldest partner with the OIG, so our students are very much satisfied with the in terms of studies, and in terms of the progression rates. We have I guess more than 100% we have progression rate from the OIG centers, and they people are getting the progression scholarships too. The key concern for us is because once the students are applying with the OIG, so there's a small interview, which would be a part of the application process. So the student concern is that if we conduct that interviews, before the final results might be issued, so then it could be could be more easy for us that we can convert these students to you. So what do you think that the student can, the interview can be conducted before their final results will be released?
I think that's a conversation we can have in more detail.
Okay.
Myself and Marie can perhaps pick that up. I don't see it as a big cause for concern. We may have to vary it slightly by centre, but I'm sure me and Marie can have a conversation about that and see how we can better support HR consultants and students in Pakistan by looking at these more flexible options.
Okay, that's great. Students, I just want to give this message to you people that you can start your application process, and even you can start your visa process too, because there is a certain steps that they have involved in the visa application. So like after getting the acceptance, you have to be there will be a small interview conducted by the institutions, so they could start your visa process towards the things once your results will be finalizing. So you can start the message is that you need to start your application process now, so that we can quickly cover up your all these steps going towards the UK. Andy, thank you so much. It's being a very nice session with you and Mohit. You people have very informative. Do you have any message from OIG to this Pakistani student, specifically in terms of COVID-19? We just want that you should encourage the students, give a message to the student.
Sure. Well, firstly, let me also thank both of you and HR consultants for hosting this session. HR consultants has been a key partner of Oxford International and will continue to be. So thank you for taking the time to host this really important session for us. And to everybody across Pakistan who is spending the time to listen to this session. Firstly, I hope everybody continues to stay safe and follow all necessary measures to stay safe. That is, of course, the biggest priority. But of course, as a world, we will move past COVID-19 and coronavirus. And at Oxford International, the key message from us is we're here to provide as much flexibility to you to ensure that as students you're prepared for academic success. Those flexibility options include us launching a brand new intake in November. This is the first time we're doing this, and we're putting measures in place to ensure that we give you, our students, as many options as possible. So you could start in September, you could start in November, or start in January. Of course, the sooner you start, the sooner you complete, and the sooner you can progress with your studies. If that means that you accept your offer and you pay a deposit and you secure a scholarship for September, we will roll your deposit and roll your scholarship to the next available intake if for whatever reason you aren't able to make it. So we're working with you to support you, being highly flexible, providing you with choice to make sure that once we get past this situation, that as students you're able to progress with your academic studies, to be successful and start your degree programs as soon as possible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mohit, from your side?
Yes, again, along the lines, same lines as Andy, HR consultants, we have a very close working relationship with the company for a number of years now. And as a company, I mean, HR are really very well respected and have got years of experience behind them. As a company, to our students and you know the current circumstances, I would I mean my advice, of course, would be to stay safe and stay positive. I think it's very important to stay positive during the current climate, because there's so much uncertainty going around, and I think it all needs some time, and as another 4 to 6 weeks will give us a very clear indication of where things are heading. So for now, focus on your plans for September. Again, start early so that you will have an indication of what you need to focus on in the next 2 to 3 months, as for your own benefit. That will be the key message from my side.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you so much.
and just to really quickly add, sorry, just my final point is,
Yes, please.
if for any reason September or November aren't options for students for whatever reason, we will be putting term 1 of all of our courses available online, so students can join the first term online and then progress in January to term 2 and term 3. So a whole host of different options to make sure that we are truly flexible in supporting students.
That's good. That's good, students. This is a very nice message from OIG side. You need to start your applications now. Place your application, call the HR consultants, and our team is available online, and we are here to support you for the admissions. Yes, Zainab, over to you now. Thank you so much, Mohit and Andy.
Thank you.
Thank you to all our viewers who are watching this live session. So one important message from my side is to please don't lose hope. After some time, situation will get better. So stay safe, stay healthy. And thank you, Mohit, and thank you, Andy, for joining us and for giving the precious time and for answering all inquiries. Thank you so much, and thank you, Ms. Nadia.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.